This episode, we'll be covering Fall 2018 Anime, a mini game show, a psychological thriller for all you spooky fans out there, and make sure to stay tuned to the end for a special giveaway.
Welcome to Anime Dropouts.
私はね、司の好きなところいっぱいあるよ。例えば、そんな笑顔が素敵なところ。
Alright, hey you delinquents, welcome back to Anime Dropouts, your after-school club on everything anime. I'm your host Tin Dang, and I am joined by...
Joey Min, our School Dropouts.
Alright, glad to have you back. So, what have you been up to?
Actually, recently just been watching Baki. That's my anime of the season so far.
Nice.
Original Netflix. I did get to see that 2 years of Boku no Hero, the movie, in the theaters. That was pretty cool. Did you get to see it?
Yeah, I was really excited about it. I'm glad it did pretty well.
Oh, actually, I only seen it once. Yeah, and I saw it probably like the third day it came out, and it was packed. I'm surprised because the movie theater that I went to was very large. And how about you then?
Yeah, I saw it twice, and I saw it during the extended weekend. So they added 2 dates right after because it did so well. So they ended up with 52 million just for the American showing of Two Heroes.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's growing. Anime is a growing trend. All right, so I'm glad you are back here to talk about anime because we've got a lot to cover.
Awesome.
So, ready for some nudnickery, some debauchery.
Ooh.
You've come to the right place. You ready, Joey?
Yep.
Got your pencils?
Yeah, I do.
All right, got some toast in your mouth?
I'm running out the door.
Is your bindle packed?
It's everything.
All right, grab a seat and let's kick off with some Fall 2018 anime. All right, so this season just started anew, about 2 episodes into the season.
Right.
We've got a bunch of continuing series and new ones as well, so we'll be going with the new ones. And we got a nice variety, so whatever you guys like, some fantasy, some lighthearted, some romance, we've got it all.
So guys, check out the full list and see whatever show that piques your interest, and then check our show notes for a full description. But first, we're going to talk about the series that I picked up a lot of controversy with its debut episode, Goblin Slayer.
Yes, that's right. And Goblin Slayer is made by Studio White Fox, and they've got a lot of experience under their belt, but especially with dystopian settings, and they don't shy away from the darker themes. So in recent times, they've done Made in Abyss, which is pretty good.
Oh,
yeah, and Girls Last Tour.
Okay. I think I've believe I know what Made in Abyss. I've never seen Girls Last Tour though. But yeah, so can you tell the audience more about Goblin Slayer then?
All right, so this story revolves around characters in a fantasy medieval world. So if you like Game of Thrones, a little bit of like Dungeons and Dragons, the old RuneScape games, this is kind of like your wheelhouse. The characters in this world make a living hunting monsters. And one of the adventurers among these is the Goblin Slayer.
Okay.
So apt description for the name. And he is a masked mercenary that is hell-bent on fighting goblins. So it's kind of like the dirty jobs of this world, and this guy's micro. Everyone just cares about the fame and glory, so they'll hunt the dragons. But this guy, no.
Yeah, actually, so by the time this recording comes out, at least 2 episodes have been out.
Yes.
And how do you particularly feel about the show so far?
So far, I really like the show. Definitely the first episode went for the more shock and awe factor. So if you guys are triggered by sexual violence and rape...
I mean, that's it. That's just really what it is. You don't really see anything but heavily implied. I guess they really want to set up the world, the lore, and everything. It's dark, for what it is, even though, I mean, goblins are the lowest type of monster. Not the lowest. They're probably, they're somewhat low in the enemy list of any MMO or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
in RuneScape they were level 2, but these goblins, they do terrorize villages, and
yeah, they're really worse. They're like cockroaches that can actually rape, pillage, and burn down a village.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, and so the Goblin Slayer really has a backstory that makes him hate goblins.
Yeah, he's very single-minded, and you guys will see that in episodes 2 especially.
But yeah, because the thing is, I guess I kind of like this anime because it's kind of reminds me of the one other anime where they were also trying to Grimgar?
Ashen Grimgar.
Is that it?
I don't know the full name, but it ends with Grimgar, and that's more like a small party.
Yeah, there was
goblins.
6 of them, and they're trying to kill one goblin, right? And one dude was trying to get the kill to sacrifice to his god so he could get more sword skills or something like that.
Yeah,
I guess I kind of like that idea. It's still video gamey because the concept is they're leveling up because they were kind of mentioning that too, in that world that they were leveling up.
Right. Everyone's starting as a new adventure, and when they submit quests to the guild, they can, collect rewards.
Right.
And they rank up from like obsidian, there's like silver, gold, platinum, all that.
So, yeah, and so it's not like dungeon, right? Where you actually get like internal leveling, you get like internal power-ups.
No leveling, no skills. Right. You can actually see like the Goblin Slayer. All he has is ingenuity. He's like the Batman of the world.
Against goblins.
Against goblins. Those are like the bad guys in Gotham.
Right? And that's kind of, I guess it's kind of cool. It's, I know people have compared it to Berserk, right? The whole concept of like, it's just very dark. And I guess I kind of like the trend. I don't know when it started or having all of these, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's like this other world, this isekai stuff but they made it really dark and grim and gritty and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. I don't think you should be like that all the time, but like, I really do like this so far because it's different from, I guess, all the animes I've been seeing recently.
A lot of animes have been going towards fantasy genre, but more lighthearted, and this is kind of like a darker setting.
Right. Because I'm still kind of feeling out who this character is. Goblin Slayer, it's kind of pretty straightforward, right? But the
main priestess?
Yeah, yes. The main priestess. I don't know what her role is right now, right? I wonder if it's kind of like Madoka, where she goes nuts. Because like it's kind of like a second episode. I guess a lot of the protection spells. Now she's seeing how the Goblin Slayer uses it as offensive spells.
Right.
And that's nuts. I kind of really, really like that. This guy thought of like how to use everything and to just use it to kill goblins.
He's like a serial killer in kind of a way.
He is a serial killer, right? Yeah. And I think I like that. I mean, I think one of the main points of Berserk is that his moral ambiguity, like he's human in a sense of like, I want to be happy, but I also don't want the people that I love to get hurt, so I have to be more of a demon than the demon sometimes, but then he's kind of good sometimes, kind of bad sometimes.
Yeah.
But Goblin Slayer, he's all bad. He's what he said, he's a goblin to the goblins.
It's like staring back into the abyss.
Right. Oh, snap. Yeah, no. So yeah, maybe that's why I am kind of hyped for it. I do want to see where this character goes, or I guess the person that you would see grow the most would be the priestess. I forgot her name.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of development around the characters that do interact with Goblin Slayer, so there's more to look forward to.
Right, and a lot of fan service if you guys want to check that out too.
Next up, we've got a little bit of a lighthearted take on the fantasy genre, and this one is called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Okay, so it's definitely not like Goblin Slayer. Then.
Yeah, this one rhymes pretty nicely, and this is part of the isekai subgenre.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of... I guess it's like the one of the tropes like been popping up recently, right?
Yeah, it's been done to death.
I mean, yeah,
at this point.
But I like. Oh wait, Goblin Slayer is not an isekai. Okay, right, never mind. But I do like the world. But can you tell us what's about this time I got the reincarnated as a slime?
All right, so we start off with a 37-year-old salaryman that meets up with his coworker, and he's about to introduce, his girlfriend. And suddenly, there's this robber that runs up to him and stabs him.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that.
Like, okay, so, yeah, I did see the episode. It's just kind of funny. This guy is running full tilt down the street.
Full tilt with, like, a knife by his side.
It's like a Rambo knife, too. It wasn't even like a regular knife.
Like, not a kitchen knife.
No, so yeah.
So he ends up falling and ends up in the arms of his coworker. And his last wish, please throw my computer in the bathtub.
That's kind of funny. That is pretty funny.
I feel like I would request that too.
Oh man. Oh Jesus. That thing was on my computer, but yeah. So and of course, like every isekai, then I guess he dies and gets reincarnated to a slime. But why a slime?
So in his dying moments, he's asking for just take this pain away. I don't want the pain of getting stabbed, and he gains 2 skills in this, isekai world. The Great Sage skill and the Predator skill. And the Great Sage skill is kind of like the overarching, like, MMO, like, cheats.
Oh, okay. So he has server cheats.
Yeah, he has server cheats. Just turn on those hacks.
And what's the Predator one, then?
The Predator one allows him to analyze any object and then take its power, mimic it. So with this combination, he becomes, like, the strongest character in a fantasy world.
Okay, so I did see the first episode.
Yes.
I was kind of really interested. By the time that we recorded this, there's actually been 3 episodes, and it's gonna, after we record this, I'm probably gonna watch the next 2. But since you do see the opening of the show at the end of that first episode, you see the person become a person.
Right.
So he just ingests a person.
That's a bit of a spoiler, but
Oh, I mean, I would assume, right? Because
Yeah.
like he's okay.
so once he gets reincarnated into this, fantasy world, there's dragons, monsters, goblins.
Right.
He
right.
starts taking up like whatever he can. He picks up magic items, he picks up herbs, and then he
Right.
meets a tsundere dragon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is kind of cute. It's just like that's his first friend in this world, or the world he's transported to. I thought it was really cute.
Yeah, so this is a very like lighthearted, fun take on fantasy.
Okay, so I'm assuming, yeah, it does get a little more hype, right, in terms of battling, because like a lot of the isekai genres that I've been seeing lately, the characters are pretty much like super powered, and I don't know. I think it's kind of fun, but I don't. Maybe it's like a better take on the power fantasy role, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my hope too for the future. Like it comes with a better storyline and world building than other isekai.
Because like the last one that I saw it's called Death March.
Death March. Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I honestly feel like whoever wrote that was writing like they're just power fantasy. It's like this guy that hates his job. Yeah, I mean, if you guys check that out, I know this might not be like, whatever, but basically the character was like ridiculously overpowered, and it's basically the same thing. Like he had like some sort of sage skill where he could understand everything, or he had so many points, like free points, that he could just level up everything.
Oh yeah,
and it was just silly.
Like just put a 99 in strength,
yeah,
dexterity.
and it's so funny because there's like random things that pop up in his life that, oh yeah, I'll just put 99 points in this thing. I'm like, okay, crazy, but yeah.
So yeah, if you guys like fantasy, but with a more lighthearted take in world building and good characters,
right,
this is it.
Really? Oh yeah, it's really cute. So the episode that you did show me, I'm very much invested.
Yeah, and we'll probably just jump into like the second and third episode once we finish recording this.
Yeah.
All right, so the third anime that we got coming up, it's a little bit of romance to break up the monotony of fantasy. And this one's titled Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. And don't judge it but just by the title. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, also saw the first 2 episodes of that. Yeah, tell the viewers more about it.
Okay, so we are following this high schooler named Sakuta. And in this world, there is this urban legend going around called adolescent syndrome. And it's an affliction that slowly takes your existence away. So first, people won't recognize you. Then people won't see you. And you can't interact with them. And eventually, you just like fade away.
Just adolescent syndrome? Just that's all it does? Is like, that slowly takes your existence away, or are there other things with it?
There's other things that come along with it, but that's kind of like the discovery.
So I guess I could see the connection why this would be a growing up series.
Yeah, this is a good series if you guys are like just coming of age. So
yeah.
If you ever felt like you were invisible in high school.
Sounds like a Katy Perry song, but yeah, I mean, basically, so it's just a high school romance thing, but is there anything more about this that we should know about?
Yeah, I'm excited for this because of 2 main reasons. First, the people that worked on Akame ga Kill, which is an awesome combat anime.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, this is they're also, next passion project.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second reason, this kid is no tomato can at all. He is one smooth operator.
Yo, he from the 2 episodes I saw, this guy knows what to say. Yeah, dude, he's smooth as hell, dude.
But
fucking butter. This guy is a greased butter, dude.
But the relationship actually develops normally. Like, it's not about like, I'm a girl and I like you because you're the main character, which is a kind of trope that people fall into pretty easily.
Because he seems like he's a very empathetic person.
Yeah.
And he understands, or at least tries to understand, what the problem of the main girl character is feeling. But it's just like how he does it is, it's smooth. Like, I don't know if this anime is for girls or for guys. You know what I'm saying? Because like, dude is smooth, man. He's grease lightning. Dude. He's in there. He's like right up in her heart already.
Grease lightning.
You know, right? But definitely it is. The first episode definitely kind of gives that like twinge of supernatural, I think, right? But then it's not weird in the sense of yeah, it's like a supernatural story. But yeah, I do see the connection of what it would be like in growing up and feeling like no one notices you, or like you just feeling like you're changing in a way that no one else does, or something like that.
So definitely, if you like fantasy with a little bit of a almost like paranormal element to it,
I guess you could really tweak that and make that really scary if you really think about it, right? I guess it is scary if you're at that age and you're going through something like that. So
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, so definitely slice of life, a bit of romance, and if you're into hand holding by episode 2, then this is it.
Told you, man. Grease lightning butter.
All right, so this last show is more of a wild card for this fall 2018 season, and it is called Zombieland Saga. This one's under Studio Mappa, and they've been known for their pretty good animations since their founders started at Studio Madhouse.
Definitely great stuff. The name itself, I mean, because we're trying not to, we really want you guys to jump into this series blind.
Right.
And which is kind of funny because, like, could you tell about, like, the thing you just told me about the trailer thing?
They had a 1-minute trailer that explained nothing. However, they had a 8.6 rating on my anime list.
I need to see the trailer because, so I have seen 2 episodes of this show. I don't know how you could edit the trailer in a way that it doesn't explain anything.
Yeah,
it's really fun. It made me feel really good about it made me feel really good because when we watch it, we had like pretty much the whole crew here, all of ASDO pretty much, and we were watching and we were laughing our asses off. And I thought it's rare to have an anime like that could affect everyone in a room that might have different tastes in anime.
Yeah, when we think of like just the title Zombieland Saga, we think of something like The Walking Dead, but this is nothing like that. So it's great to come in blind. Just watching. It
sounds epic as shit. The title Zombieland Saga, but then when you watch yourself, it makes sense.
Exactly.
But yeah, like, so definitely not saying anything about it, guys. Check it out. Definitely a lot in the first 2 episodes. Just there are so many points of laughter and hype that I thought was really worth watching with friends or just alone.
And now time for a game show. And this one's a surprise too, because I never prep Joey on what we're doing until the day of.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Joey.
Yeah.
You ready to play a game?
Let's do it.
Yeah, this one's going to be real easy. You guys can play along as well. So, Joey, a lot of anime that gets produced today actually comes from light novels. And those are more like published works of fiction that are aimed towards young adults. So, I guess in America, you would see like Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the actual term light novel is an example of hosai ego. They're expressions used in Japanese that are based in English words and parts of English words. So some are very literal in meaning, some take on new meanings, and there's a couple of tricky ones that have almost no relation at all.
Okay.
So light novel will be pronounced more like Raito Naburu.
Noberu, yeah, okay.
You gotta do it with like a little bit of gusto, like that guy in Iron Chef.
Yeah. Noberu!
Oh, nah.
Dude, the guy in Iron Chef, dude, he's awesome martial artist. Let me just say that. He's a bomb-ass martial artist. Oh, shoot, what's his name again? Oh my gosh. Because, dude, he made 2 movies back in the 80s. One is called Only the Strong, one of the very few capoeira movies out there, and he does capoeira. And he also did this other movie back in the 80s. And this is like way before Transporter or way before like anything America has seen in terms of like martial arts action. It's called Drive. And that shit was awesome, dude. Like, he was doing Jet Li shit before Jet Li was even born. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
With that, and he ended up announcing a cooking show.
I know.
Right, well, we'll try to do him justice.
Yeah.
The rules are pretty simple. I'll give you an expression, and you've got to try to guess the English meaning.
Okay.
We'll do 10 and see how it goes. So make sure you guys play along. Yell at the top of your lungs unless you're at work.
We're working right now, though.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Number 1. Baiku.
In English words. So, sounds like bike.
All right.
Chidensha.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number 2. I'm going to say it with a little more gusto. Computer.
Well, Persicon. A computer.
All right. You're on a roll now. Number 3. Daboru.
Okay. A lot of these things so far you've been saying is like, because like if you watch a lot of tokusatsu, a lot of their, I guess, systems and drives are very romanji, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Kamen Rider Blade had a move called Daboru, and he doubles up and he does a kick.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
So he's like twice from My Hero.
Oh! Wait, yeah, dude, that... Okay, sorry. Keep going. I felt like I wanted to go on a tangent there, but
Right.
yeah. I don't know.
Number 4. Hotokeki.
Hot cake?
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, what are hotcakes? Pancakes, right?
Hotcakes or pancakes. All right. Are you ready for another one?
Yes.
Aisu candy.
Ice popsicles.
All right. There you go.
Is it just popsicles? Like ice candy? I
Ice
guess.
candy in general, but popsicles is one of them.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Cool. And now for the next one. Tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu. Well, order that all the time at a Korean restaurant.
All right.
So it's the fried pork cutlets.
There you go.
Ooh, well, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Yeah.
Cool. Bunch of softballs there. So
All right.
now we're on to another step up in difficulty.
Oh.
This one's a little tricky. Vajin Rodo.
Vajinorodo. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't... Vajinorodo.
What does it sound like to you?
Like a robot? Yeah, no, I don't know what that is. Vajinorodo.
Okay. This one's a little weird. It's actually called Virgin Road.
Oh, like teenager? Pubescent? Like adolescence? What's Virgin Road mean?
The expression actually means wedding. So the idea is two people walk up the aisle to their wedding as virgins.
Oh. That's so naive and cute and innocent. Virgin Road. Oh, that's cute. That's
Virgin
endearing.
Road.
That's endearing. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Okay. Next one's a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry Boy.
Oh, Cherry Boy. So, believe from what I know, I'm guessing they're like fuck boys, right? Cherry boys, because they're like metrosexual fuck boys, kind of. I mean, this is the context clues from what's that anime? Oh, DMC, like Detroit Metal City. There's a singer there that hates cherry boys, and she's I don't know. Is that what it means?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
think about more of the literal. Like,
Cherry
what does
boy?
it actually mean?
Naive, I guess. Cherry boy.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
Well, so they're just naive, like what do you mean, like white knights? What?
Cherry Boy. It actually means virgin.
Oh, wow, what? Popping the cherries. I guess. Okay, that makes sense.
I guess that
So they
character
still
in
have their
DMC
cherries.
Yeah, still have their
Their
cherries. I'm guessing that character DMC doesn't like virgins.
Yeah, well, it's like this. Like she was what is it? She was like a punk, or she was like a singer for a band, and they do like rock music. And she has a song called Cherry Boys or something like that. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's good anime actually.
All right. Now for the next one. This is what Cherry Boys do not have. Happy Endo.
Oh, happy endings. That's yeah, I think I remember telling a story before a long time ago, but yeah, I used to have a coworker when I was working in Japan. His name was Endo, and there's like a nickname that they gave him, Happy Endo, and I didn't ever really got it until a while after. I was like, oh, okay,
That's a perfect name.
that's nasty. All right.
All right. And now for the last one. This one's very tricky.
Ooh,
American Doggo.
American Doggo. So I know we call doggos and doggoos like just normal dogs.
Yeah, doggos.
So American dogs must be like, what's an American dog, like a German Shepherd? Because I think doggo would be like Shiba Inus. Because yeah, I don't know if that's what is that?
All right. American Doggo is actually corn dogs.
Oh man, never had a corn dog before.
Wait, what? Really?
I guess to other people outside the country, I think corn dogs would be like the most American fucking thing, huh?
Yeah, because Americans deep fry everything.
But corn dogs are actually still hot dogs, deep
Yeah.
fried. Oh, okay. Shit. All right.
Hot dogs with pancake batter.
Ew.
Have you never been to Nathan's?
They sell those?
Yeah, we've been to New York a couple times.
I've never knew, because I always thought it was like, yeah, no, I don't know why is it corn dogs? Yeah, but never heard of it before. But wow, that's awesome.
Okay, and now we will give you your score. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so your score is a 7 out of 10.
Hey,
Pat yourself on the back there.
I'm good.
Okay, now we've got some extra credit for you guys. This recommendation is not required of you, of course, but you get an imaginary golden sticker.
Nice. Always for that extra credit.
Okay. We're going to lean into the more serious side, unlike the anime shows we've had. So this is a nice starting point, especially if you're used to American shows and movies. So, if you're familiar with movies like Black Swan, Inception, Requiem for a Dream, you'll feel right at home with the works of Satoshi Kon.
Oh.
Okay, he's an amazing director and writer, and one of the main themes in his body of work is the distortion between fiction and reality.
Before you suggest this, is there anything that we would know him for?
One of his most famous movies is Paprika.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he directed one anime series called Paranoia Agent. That was actually on Toonami.
Paranoia Agent. Okay, I actually didn't see that.
We should actually check it out. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. So our recommendation for today will be the movie Perfect Blue. It is a psychological thriller that came out in 1997, and it's one of the most unique films that I've ever seen, and it's even more relevant today. To summarize it without many spoilers, Perfect Blue is a horrifying depiction of celebrity worship. Our celebrity, in particular, is named Mima, a pop idol that puts her career on hold in order to become an established actress. So, although she faces many hiccups, she soon gains a stalker that instills a sense of fear in her.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I remember seeing this DVD. Oh, Jesus. Do people still use DVDs? I know it sounds weird, but yeah, there was like I guess Suncoast Video before, like a popular video brand. And I know they would have these commercials playing on their TVs when I would like walk around the mall, and obviously back around 97. That's like a really kind of a crazy time to see anime anywhere outside the internet, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Yeah, that does sound scary. So what do you think of the work? Like what makes it so interesting that you say that it's still relevant today?
So especially today, you see a lot of like YouTube celebrities, just film celebrities. They all have like this aura around that people want to, you know, almost embody them and become just like them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I guess that makes a lot of sense. You know, they're. But isn't it also like from what I remember seeing from the trailers is that she also kind of, I guess she's because of stress or whatever it is, because I never seen the movie, but hallucinations, right? Where she would see her idol self like running around or something.
Right. She sees almost like this change in her own reality where she doesn't know what's real and what's not real just because of how fearful she is.
Oh, so what else about the actual movie that's actually really that's interesting though? Why would you recommend it?
So one of the ways that Satoshi Kon really likes exploring this idea of fiction and reality is with his editing style. And anime is a perfect medium for this just because of how fast he cuts and the way he transitions scenes. So one of like his main philosophies is that when he's thinking of a scene, he's thinking of what's coming before and after it, so he can think of his own transitions.
Oh, okay. So you would say that now I do remember it. I remember this anime looking more like a real film, it's not really based in like an anime inspired world. It looked like normal people with like normal camera angles, or at least in concept, right?
Yeah, in concept it actually has a lot of varied camera angles. You get third person, you get you get a lot of varied camera angles. You get first person, third person, just far away views, inside a room, out. It's very unique.
Right. That's pretty cool though. Like what you said about how he's thinking about the trend. Like it's I think transitions is it's a definitely a skill or a craft within the filmmaking itself that makes a director really, like as a visionary. And you're saying that this guy was doing this with anime back in 97.
Yeah.
And I think the last, I guess some of the modern directors right now, like Edgar Wright, and there's not a lot of them, like really take pride in telling a story within the transitions itself too. So yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check out a nice psychological thriller for this Halloween, make sure to check out Perfect Blue. Okay, before we dismiss you guys, we have one special giveaway for this podcast.
Ooh, okay. Well, what would that be?
Okay, so one of my hobbies is just going to the arcade, and what I do is collect figurines and plushies and then flip them on eBay.
Sounds like a good racket there.
All right, so what we've got today is a 7-inch tall Kakashi figurine.
Oh, man. And with these, I don't know if people know it, with these crane games, those are exclusive exclusive figurines. You can't actually buy them.
Yeah, there's actually a little label at the top that says Crane King.
Oh, so that's when you know that it's okay. So people that flip it on eBay, that's the tag. That's the authentic seal. Then. So what do people have to do to win this particular figurine?
All right, so there are 2 ways. One way is to follow me on Instagram and then share my post on your story and make sure to mention me. And the second way is to do an iTunes review.
I mean, it's like, okay, never mind. We're buying views here, but okay, I understand.
Let me reword that.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out the details on my Instagram when the podcast is up, and that's about it.
Sensei Tin here is giving out some extra credit for those who want to help us out and push our podcast out there to the world, and for other anime dropouts like yourselves to come and hang out in our club.
So if you guys like this episode, make sure to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening from, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.